Hiya, Choi Boy here. Today we're going to be talking about lifestyle inflation. Now this goes hand in hand with my budgeting video that I have made earlier on. Now budgeting and lifestyle inflation goes together, and it's really important you have at the back of your head the concepts about lifestyle inflation and how that can affect how you budget pretty much, and those go hand in hand. As I said, it's really important you know what's happening and how lifestyle inflation happens and how you can prevent it and keep it to a minimal. There is going to be lifestyle inflation as you earn more money, but before we go into that, we'll go straight into the presentation. Now I realized my previous videos were very long. Sorry, it's a lot of information. I'll try to keep this one a bit shorter this time, hopefully like at least half shorter, like 20 minutes max, but we're just gonna go straight into it, I guess. So what is lifestyle inflation? You may have came to this term before. Sorry, that's my water bottle. Okay, so lifestyle inflation is spending increasing with higher income. So pretty much what I mean by that is if you're earning a lot of money, then your spending also goes up together. That's called lifestyle inflation, and that's very normal. It's fine for most cases, but I guess not most cases, but quite a few people actually keep their lifestyles pretty much the same. Even if they earn twice more or 3 times more or 10 times more, they suddenly their investments do really well or something like that. A lot of people tend to increase their lifestyle and how they spend and their expenses and their lifestyle with unnecessary things added into the budget pretty much. Now these things can be fine. It really depends on what you really prioritize in life, but you need to know the limits and what the consequences are when you get affected by lifestyle inflation. So it's pretty much spending going up with income, with your personal income, and unnecessary spending is the main problem here. So this is what we're going to focus on: unnecessary spending and expenses. Okay, so why is it bad? We're going to talk about why lifestyle inflation is bad. Lifestyle inflation has a few good things. You can improve your quality of life, you can take on more hobbies, you can treat yourself with better things, better car, but you need to keep it within limits. So why is it so bad? Why is it so bad? Because people buy unnecessary things. Just touched on it. It's really basic if you think about it. People buy things that they could have never afforded before because they have better income. They can slightly afford it more. Some people do go beyond what they should be when they are treating themselves from a pay raise or something like that. But yeah, the problem is unnecessary things start to fill up in their budgeting, and now because that's the case, you're not saving enough and you're not investing enough, and that's a big problem. If you're earning 50k and let's say in 10 years time you're earning 150k as a salary person, now if you've been saving 20k every year in the 50k salary, and if you're still saving 20k when you're earning 150, it does obviously that's not how it's supposed to be. You should be saving at least 100k, thinking the 150 is the net income. Then even more so, you should be saving more than 100k at least, I think, in my opinion. I mean, there are a few exceptions. If you're starting a family, if you have a lot of kids or have a lot of other things going on, you started a business, or because you have so much money now you're going to start a business and you're going to not take investments and you're going to fund it with your own money, that's totally fine as well. But most of the case, it's not really that, is it? You just earn more money and you just spend it on things that really don't matter in your life, and you'll regret it, and it just becomes pile of rubbish pretty much, and that's what you don't want to do. But spending itself can be put aside for now. The biggest problem I have with lifestyle inflation is that you develop a really unhealthy and unsustainable habit. Now, I think that's really important that you keep that in the back of your head, because habits go a long way. Habits, addictions, and how you do things, and how you wire your own brain, and how you control yourself goes a long way. And now lifestyle inflation becomes a lifestyle, as the term kind of says. It's a lifestyle inflation. Once you inflate your lifestyle with all that money, it's kind of hard to bring it back down, because humans always want more than what they currently have. If I've been making 50k, and if I make 100k now, I don't want to go back to 50k. Obviously, that's a good thing. It drives you and motivates you to keep going up. But at the same time, if your spending is also increasing at the same rate, endlessly, like, that's the problem, endlessly. Like, if it stops at a certain point, it's great, but if it doesn't, then you are creating yourself a monstrous habit that cannot be reversed. In most cases, I mean, it'll take a lot of time and effort and therapy, or I don't know who you'd have to visit, a financial planner, I don't know. You need to talk with some people, and it'll take a long time to bring your habits down to where it's supposed to be. But obviously the easiest thing to do is to not inflate your lifestyle that much in the first place. So when I say let me draw a graph for you, shall we? So we don't talk about lifestyle inflation. Just to visualize it, this is just paint, so bear with me. But let's say my lifestyle, my income was this, and it goes up like that, right? Then lifestyle inflation, what I'm talking about, what color should I use? Let's use red, because red's bad. Let's say lifestyle inflation is when it does this. The gap, this gap here, you know, this gap, if it barely changes, then that's lifestyle inflation. What it's supposed to look like is, when you're doing it properly, you know, it should be looking something like this. So oh my goodness, it's not supposed to go down. So, you know, supposed to go up a bit, then it kind of levels off like that. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. So let's draw it alongside with the thing like that. So as you earn more, when you get to a certain point, I'm talking about big numbers. Like, let's say this was when you were earning 50, now you're like 200k. 50k. If I was earning 50, and if I was saving 20, and let's say I was using 30k, which is still quite a lot of money for 50k in net income. Yeah, if you were living comfortably with 30k, there shouldn't be much of a reason for you to be spending 150k a year when you're earning 200k net. Like, you should be maybe earning, like, maybe using like 50k, and you're saving 150k. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, it is fine to treat yourself, it's fine to have a better lifestyle. If you earn more, obviously that's the whole kind of motive, is to have a better life. But if it goes overboard, you know, sometimes the problem here is this. Let's say you're 200k, let's say you want to make a change in your career path, and you want to do something, and obviously that might take a little dip in your income, right? If your levels were like here, then it doesn't get affected. Let's say you jump down to 150 or 100k, it's still fine, you just save a bit less. But you know, because this green line here, it's not easy to drop that down. It becomes a habit, as I'm talking about. I'm talking about a habit, so it's really hard to decrease that back to the levels when you were at 50k or something like that. So this will level off, or it'll just sideline if you're earning not that much. But the problem is this: if you are doing this, right, and suddenly your income just drops like that, for some reason, it could be unemployment, it could be a change in career path, or it might be something else, I don't know. But if that does happen, which it does, I mean, it's kind of hard to always keep your income going higher. I mean, life is not that easy. There's a lot of unexpected things that happen, and what that does is that your lifestyle is not going to be that easily changeable. So it's not suddenly going to go like that. A lot of people have hard times doing that. If you can do that, I mean, I have no problem with you whatsoever, as this is not the video for you. Honestly speaking, I don't really want people doing this kind of thing. Even if they can, I'd rather you do that. But yeah, it's kind of hard to do that, but instead people just do that. At this point, you're spending more, you're sidelining from that high baller life, and you're just sidelining. Your brain's like, oh, I don't want to get back to when I was earning like 150 or 100k. Like, I'm just gonna keep using it, but your income can't sustain it, and eventually your lifestyle kicks into your savings, and obviously this is going somewhere. Eventually you're pretty much using money out of your bank, and you're spending more than what you earn, and that's a no-brainer. No, you should not do that. Definitely not. It's common sense. You don't do that. But obviously, as I said, it's not that easy. Now, when you are earning a lot, your regular lifestyle can inflate a bit. That's fine, and you can have these sudden splurges of buys. Bought a new car, boom, spend a bit that year and keep it. Give my mum a really nice present, boom, buy her a Gucci belt, a Gucci wallet, whatever. Luxury items, like expensive travel the world, and all that kind of stuff. You can do that every now and then, but the problem, the important thing here is don't inflate your regular lifestyle like that. Okay, that is the key thing here. Okay, don't inflate your lifestyle, your regular lifestyle, that much. Now, the people who are affected the most with lifestyle inflation is inexperienced people who don't know how to manage money, people who haven't managed it before or have thought about managing it, people who haven't budgeted before and constantly saving and investing, people who are just regular average Joes that don't invest, saves not that much. Those people are the people who get easily burnt by lifestyle inflation, because so this, as I said, goes hand in hand with budgeting. If you haven't seen my video, Budgeting 101 and Investing 101, check it out. It's in my channel here, in my earlier videos, and it'll tell you how you can prepare for lifestyle inflation, and how if you do budgeting properly, and if you constantly adjust it properly, then most of the chances would be you won't be affected as much with lifestyle inflation, because you'll probably realize, and you'll probably think money is really hard to earn, and also you should think of it as you shouldn't be using money too easily and too much at the same time. So let me give you an example. It's a lottery winner. A lot of people, big wins. People who do lotteries happen to come mostly from the lower to middle class. They're looking for that one-shot jackpot that will inflate their lifestyle to the max. They can buy whatever the hell they want, but that's where the problem is. Now, most lottery winners dip lower than what they started with in the long run. In the long run, if lottery winners are buying all these cars, buying all these bad things. A lot of lottery winners also start gambling excessively, you know, and it comes to unhealthy kind of levels, you know, and some of them go into legal stuff like drugs. And you know, once you start doing that, you know, let's say you used all your money, let's say you earned 30-40 million dollars, and somehow you poured it all out, you did all these stupid things, and yeah, you ran out of money, which happens a lot. Look at the news. I mean, you get these news like every year. Some lottery winners that now live a pretty poor life, and they're just mentally wrecked and financially wrecked at the same time. They're no better than what they started with. They probably were better off not winning that lottery in the first place, but unfortunately that is kind of like how most people end up. It's not a good sight, but yeah, they spend things on stupid things, and that's where the problem is. Now, how I would do it, let's say if I did win the lottery, you know, I still buy lottery like once a year. There's like an Asian myth thing, like if you see a pig or a dragon in your dream, then brings good fortune and you're gonna see some big money soon, or something like that. You know, I don't believe it, but you know, just for fun I buy a lottery ticket and I'm like, okay, and sometimes I win a free ticket or like the second to last kind of prize. But you know, I mean, I've never won more than like $100 on a lottery ticket. I think I got like a few $10 back, several $10 back, but that's pretty much it. I don't do much in general, but if I did win it, I'd invest. You know, I'd buy all these ETF stocks and all that. I'll make my portfolio, make it nice and big. I'll probably use like 95% of my money like that. Buy properties, you know, buy probably rental homes and stuff like that. You know, buy appreciating assets and things, assets or investments that generate money. Passive income is really important. If you do want to retire early, passive income is one of the things you should be looking into, and dividends and rental properties is one of them. And it's really important that you set them up. If you have the opportunity to splurge on all these investments, please do. That's the first priority you should have. Then you start treating yourself with other things, and make sure your passive income and your assets and your appreciating assets are all set up before you do all the buying cars, going on expensive travels, and using and, you know, enjoying your lottery winnings. But you know, how many people who will win the lottery will be looking at my video right now? I don't know, probably not that many. The lottery chances are really low, I'm just saying. But yeah, that's an example of lottery, right? It's a very good, and it's like the extreme case of lifestyle inflation. But most lifestyle inflation comes from steady increase in income, salaries and stuff like that, paychecks. And it's really important. It's easier to manage, and it's nicer to your mental state when your income is steadily increasing. Then you can slowly, you know, adjust your budgeting every year or something like that, instead of getting like a few $10 million out of nowhere. You know, then a lot of people don't know what to do with their money. Yeah, a lot of people don't actually. And yeah, a few even $10 million, most people, 99% of the world never even earns more than $5 million in their lifetime. So yeah, it's real big money, and with real big money comes a lot of responsibilities. You know, a lot of people say the more you earn, the more responsibilities you have, and that's very true. And the more you earn, you should be investing more and saving more. But I already covered that. See my other videos for that. So how can you prevent it happening to you? Now that's the really important thing, right? So here I have keep calm and be responsible. Be responsible with your money, and be responsible with your savings, and be responsible with your expenses. Just because you're earning more does not give you the right to be spending more proportionally. at a certain point, as I drew a graph before, your lifestyle kind of expenses should level off at a certain point. Assuming your income goes really high, you shouldn't be, proportionally using the same amount of money. Instead, you should be saving more and investing more. If you're earning more than you need to live, pretty much. So that comes to the first point. Stick to your budgeting plan, right? Stick to it and adjust it. If your income's going to increase, adjust it and check, double check, triple check if it's reasonable levels. It's really important that you keep it at reasonable levels, because you remember, treating yourself is a really good way of doing things, and it kind of helps you mentally and motivates you more to earn more, and it kind of stacks on top of each other, and constantly that's how you grow. Pretty much, you earn more, you inflate it a bit in reasonable levels, and then you buy the things you want, you treat yourself a bit, then you want to earn more. So as human nature, you want to do better than your current state. Once you hit 100k, 150k, you want to earn more to not lose it. Most people treat themselves, and that is totally fine. Some people love living frugally, even if they're like millionaires. There's a lot of millionaires that live very frugally, and that's how they became millionaires in the first time. I personally don't think I need to be that frugal, but at the same time, life is really short. I mean, I'm that kind of person, as long as you have a good plan, good budgeting plan, you don't need to save like 90% of your income and all that kind of stuff and live on toast and milk every day and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you can go out and have nice dinners every now and then and have a budget for that. Go travel a bit and and all that kind of stuff. So, but the most important thing is stick to your budgeting plan. Always prioritize your needs over your wants. Always keep your needs at the top. Fill your needs first, then your wants. Once again, it goes into your budgeting plan, but the more you earn, you just got to keep it really at the front of everything else. As needs is bigger than wants. Cover your needs. So have some financially responsible friends and families close to you. Now, humans are very social animals, mammals, I don't know, and humans are quite easily influenced by other people, and it's really important that if you have really financially responsible people and people who are good at managing money and investing and stuff like that around you, then it also kind of helps you become one of those people, and it helps you to keep your life on track financially, and it helps you not inflate your lifestyle too much as well. I have a few friends that they earned a lot of money, they have a really good salary, and they come to me and like, hey, how should I save this, how should I invest this? They come to me and they come for advice because they know I try to keep myself quite financially stable myself. So they want to do it the same. If they didn't have anyone around them like that, then it could be a chance that they might be also affected by lifestyle inflation. So it's really important that you have responsible people around you. If you don't, then try to become one yourself, then you can help other people. Then that just kind of makes a nice sustainable, growing economic kind of community there. Right, I don't know what I just said, but yeah, share the knowledge, share the responsibility, share what do you call it, help yourself by making good friends, pretty much. I mean, that's another topic, but if you look at your friends, you can kind of tell what kind of person you are, and that's kind of true. You tend to stick with people that think alike and stuff like that, and have similar interests, so on. So it's really good to have good people around you, because it's really hard to manage yourself, and as I said, we're all social people. So Thank you for watching. I kept it reasonably short at this time. I hope you liked the video. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for future updates. If you have any topics you want me to cover, then put it down in the comment section down below. We'll be covering these kind of things, these basic things that you need to think about to be financially responsible. Then I will get into like the things that you guys really want to see, like my favorite cryptos, my favorite stocks, my favorite funds, and how I set up my traditional investments like stocks and ETFs. I'm gonna get into that, but for now I'm gonna just slowly get into it. But before going into all these investments and stuff like that, I want to bring you on a journey of how you can prepare your lifestyle to sustain that investment and the savings and sustain your kind of wealth growing kind of aspect of things. So yeah, hope you liked it. I'll catch you some other time. All right, peace.